It's definitely more than 2 eagle.
Yeah, it's definitely more than 2. That's for sure. Alright. Nah.
Alright, group photo has been taken, guys. Let's rock and roll.
I think the stream is on, but I'm not 100% sure yet. It's on. Okay, good enough. Right, I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready, Pickle.
Alright.
I got a very wide angle shot.
So slow down a little bit for the Cessnas to be able to follow.
Yay.
I'm not leading anyway, so.
I mean, in one way it's good that we're not all glued to each other, so
That's true.
at least the Cessnas will be further back in the line, so to say.
So trying to get it down to 125, 130 without losing too much height.
So the lake on the right-hand side is Lake Victoria, which is actually one of the biggest lakes and one of the most deadliest lakes in the whole world.
And deadly because of the crocodiles, or?
Deadly because of the great white sharks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's how big it is. Big enough to have sharks in it.
Oh, let's not crash into it then.
I bet
Yeah,
we don't crash
don't do
into
that.
any lakes today.
I should have taken my wife on this flight.
Yeah, dropped her off halfway. Say, here, there's some nice sightseeing. Just there's a parachute and I can see you later.
Yeah, we're gonna meet some sharks for dinner.
I mean, they do eat shark in Iceland, just saying. It's disgusting, but a lot of people like it.
Fried chicken is pretty disgusting, but we still eat it.
Yeah, it's disgusting because it's fermented, so it tastes horrible, at least for me. But for other people, it's candy.
It's like surströmming. You know, they put it under the ground, something, and they let it like
Yeah.
ferment.
Oh my god, yeah, totally like to do Sterling. That stuff is horrible.
So where are we trying to cruise at?
I'm going up to 6,000 feet.
I'm
Alright.
just casually behind everybody, recording everything. Well, streaming, actually. Keep correct as well.
I'm leveled off at 6,000 feet. I'm going to cruise about 120 knots so the Cessnas can try their best to keep up.
Yeah. Probably the only problem with the wide angle shot I have is it makes you look like you're further away than you actually are.
Yeah.
Also, I'm streaming on YouTube, on the YouTube channel Visual Flight Up. So.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize Uganda was so big. This city is massive.
Well, for me, every city is massive because my city that I find massive is actually pretty small compared to other cities.
I mean, your city is a village.
Now you're hurting his feelings, I think.
He knows I'm messing.
Yeah, I'll be the first one to admit it. It's a small city. What? I mean, there's a reason why it's the only city. Because if there was a bigger city, it wouldn't qualify as a city, probably.
There's a bigger city, it might not fit on the island.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you can't really have a place that's all city. You've got to have some farmland, so on a small island, your cities can only get so big.
Yeah. Still, with the recent update, a lot of things have been fixed, but now I'm starting to crash more often. The game, that is.
Gonna climb a hill till 6,000. Is the speed okay for the Cessnas? Think so.
I'm gonna go on the outside because it actually looks like how it should look like. Probably look closer.
So any reason why you picked Uganda? Or just... You never flown there?
I'll be totally honest, we haven't actually done any... Actually, I'll come back to that question, but you guys on the left-hand side, you're going to see some sort of like Olympic running track and some massive random black building on the left-hand side, and soon it's interesting. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb to everything else.
Yeah. I see it on my left-hand side there.
Yeah, Mickey, you got it right there. Yeah, back to the question. We haven't done any events in Africa, and I just thought, you know, we should do one here. We've not really checked it. Africa's such a big continent, and I just thought, you know, Lake Victoria is pretty beautiful, and it'll be interesting to just have a little fly around around it a little bit and see what we find. Really, that was my thinking behind it. It was a bit of a random one, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's great. It's just the same with South America. I mean, I never actually been flying in South America. Where are we going next week?
The South American tour, you guys are gonna love it. It's there's so much scenery and there's a lot going on. It's gonna be really entertaining. I put a lot of time and effort into trying to make it as good as I could. So hopefully you guys will really enjoy it.
And of course, the hope is that the weather cooperates.
So what is the black building?
I'm actually not sure what it is. Well, that's something maybe we can Google and find out, possibly. I would imagine it's some sort of sports center because of the running track right next to it.
It could be a stadium. The stadiums tend to be quite buggy.
That's also true.
Okay,
It could well be a stadium. There's also something else really interesting coming up straight ahead. It looks really... what is that? It might be a dam, actually.
Ah, drat. My heading knob is broken.
Time to fly manual, huh?
Well, the autopilot works, it's just the lower panel didn't work, so my flaps and stuff weren't in the right position.
There's a really interesting kind of setup here. I'm just flying over it. It's got like this, I don't think it's a dam, but it looks like one, and it's got some different kind of looking buildings. Complex. It's got a massive red, which looks like a red factory. You guys
Oh yeah, I see.
right? There's just Jacko's just behind me there. That's interesting.
Oh, sorry, I thought my mic was muted during that.
Oh. Whoa, I'm flying too fast. Sorry.
Don't worry.
I was actually Googling. I was not really paying attention to my screen for a second. Just trying to find out what the black building was. Quite funny when you type in Google black building Uganda, it says Wakanda. It's like from Marvel.
I was having trouble Google searching that as well.
Maybe it was top secret African technology.
Or they test out the superhumans.
That's where, yeah, maybe possible. Anyway, we're getting closer to our first stop, so I'm going to go down to 5,500 feet. And our first stop is Hotel Uniform Juliet India. Huji, sorry. Oh my god. Okay, well I just crashed into Mickey there. He was on pause. I didn't
Don't worry, I really should not be Googling and I dropped my speed at a certain point then. That's why okay, just gotta go on manual for a second. That's better.
Man, I wish it
It's-
Diamond D40 had it so you didn't have to constantly switch fuel tanks.
Is someone gonna keep track of how many crashes are gonna be there?
There's been a few already. Oh, that's a proper farmer down there. He's got his field all laid out proper and professional as well. You guys will see what I'm talking about when you fly over it.
I think I'm just barely holding onto the speed.
Arg, I'm gonna have to cancel IFR. They're trying to get me to fly another way.
It shouldn't be flying RFR on this trip. This is definitely a VFR trip. I have to say, guys, but for Uganda, this is one hell of a well-maintained road.
Yeah.
It's very fertile anyway, I think, Uganda.
But yeah, I think I figured out why my autopilot was having so many problems. Turns out it's trying to map a, let's see. It's trying to map a old 140 autopilot system into the G1000. So there's one specific function called ARM that doesn't work well at all with it. So
I finally caught up with Fiat.
Though I am going a lot slower than what I should be, to be honest.
Yeah, true, but I was trying to go as fast as I possibly could. I was on full throttle the entire time.
Oh really? I'm on 46%.
yeah, I was full throttle or at least above 90% most of the time.
I think I might be in the slowest plane. I'm in the D40 and it's not going very fast at the moment.
Yeah, DA40 is pretty sluggish.
Sluggish, it flies pretty well. It's the DA62 that is sluggish. The DA40 handles pretty well. It's a very light aircraft.
Alright, I'm at flight level 5-4, trying to go under Enfield.
Just a word of advice for you guys, we are going to be flying over the lake very shortly on landing to the next airport. Whatever you do, do not crash into the lake.
Why?
So, what did you say the ICAO was?
HUJI.
Alright. Yeah,
If you
I'll
look at
have to fly a heading then.
If you loaded up the flight plan, you should see it as the first airport. Literally, you can see on the line that we fly directly through the middle of it, but we're actually going to land there.
I'm seeing us going south of it. Whoa, what is going on with this?
Yeah, then we turn into the runway, I think. I think we
turn
entered it
out
on
to
like
the
that.
lake and then we turn in.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I
Okay,
think-
I'll keep following the nav then. And turn half bank mode on.
Is it gonna be full stop or touch and go?
Good question. When we get closer, we'll have a look at the airport and see if it can facilitate us all.
How many are we anyways? I didn't even check.
One,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5. I
8
think there's like
people.
7, 8.
There are
people,
8 on Discord, so
Yeah. I mean, the area looks fairly populated. It should be a decently mapped airport, I will assume.
the worst case you're gonna just go in the grass.
Yeah, actually, we're actually coming out of Uganda at this point. I think we're actually entering Kuwait when we land. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but yeah.
Pronunciations are not important when you don't have any mistakes. I would say.
What I've heard is Uganda, but
I mean,
Uganda.
I'm gonna make a bet that if you were in Britain or America and we would mispronounce these words, they would probably get a bit annoyed. But with over here, I don't know. I don't get mad when all of you mispronounce the names of my local area. Instead, I just laugh because it's so hilarious sometimes.
This is definitely like a little. It could even be a city actually. It looks quite big.
Oh, I see. Yeah, our path kind of
Oh,
takes us
I
out
see.
over the lake and then
I
in
see
a
the airport.
zigzag.
The airport looks big. It looks like it has a long runway, so I think we can do a full stop.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's plenty big enough. But yeah, I'm managing to keep the Cessna going a steady 115 to 120 knots, which usually I'm not able to get it to go this fast, but... Alright, what flight level are you at, Neon?
I'm turning into final just below 5,000 feet.
Alright.
I'd say 5,000 feet is a really good approach height for this airport.
Right? Oh, coming in a bit hot. Alright.
Head landing gear down on final 100 knots.
And this is gonna be a bit of a hot landing for the 172, but...
Fear not. Do not underestimate the power of the Cessna 172. But
Yeah,
I should probably have
it's good at
Skyhawk.
slowing down once it does get on the ground, but in the air it takes a little while to slow it down.
Just a warning, guys. The nav map, it does bring you in a bit to the right of the runway, so you may want to counter that yourselves. So when you do the final turn from waypoint A, it does take you a little bit to the right.
I'm flying manually, so it's okay.
Alright, I'll just watch it on approach, make sure it doesn't get me too far off. Oh yeah, it swung me a bit wide around the corner.
What happened? Streams once again for some reason. Just as I'm about to land, this stream decides to go, nope, I don't like it anymore. So, how many crashes are gonna be in this landing? Like, into other planes, that is.
I would hope zero. I mean, this is what seems to be a fairly easy runway.
Gabriel, you may want to pick up a bit of speed there, because I'm going to land right on top of you.
Looks like Word just did a touch and go.
Oh, someone just showed up.
Maybe just fill approach.
Are we full stopping or touch and go?
We
Oh.
can touch and go if you guys want it. I mean, we're just touched and go, so we might as well touch and go.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Runway is sloping down a bit.
Probably gonna land to the left of you.
Alright, are we doing anything at Hotel Uniform Kilo Kilo?
No, that's not on the route. We're just flying past that.
Alright.
If you guys want to do another touch and go, we can do a touch and go there too. I mean, it's in the flight path.
I don't mind.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's HUKK. It's not on the planner, but you can see it on the VFR map. We're gonna do a touch and go there, guys. It's en route.
Buzz screw this. Taking manual.
What?
I was trying to get it back on autopilot, but it was not cooperating, so I just took it off. Otherwise, I might be the next one going down. It was literally putting me in a nosedive.
Yeah, I don't like it when Audible doesn't want to cooperate. And you have no idea what you did wrong, so you can't do anything about it.
Oh, I see. Runway's the other way.
Yeah, it's diagonal. I'm gonna fly over though and see what looks best.
I'm just following you, I am. Please don't do any mistakes because you're the only visual reference I have.
Where is that? The runway there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be flying over it. I haven't located the runway by now, so I don't think I can safely land.
I think it's on this hill. I think it's on this hill here to the left.
I'm not sure where on the hill, though.
Actually, it may actually be behind the hill.
It's on the other side.
Yeah, it's definitely on the other side.
And I don't think it's going to be flying into the hill, so...
It's diagonal. It's facing out to the lake, the runway for sure. I've just checked it on little nav map.
Yeah, I am... Oh yeah, I'm flying past the runway now.
Yeah, I'm about to fly over it now. I see it. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's got a little hangar. Maybe we could do a full stop here actually, because it's got a little hangar at the end of it.
And we're flying from over the lake or from the other side?
Yeah, we're gonna land from the lake. We're gonna do a full stop here, guys. It has a hangar and everything.
Oh, I see. Yeah, crossing over midfield now. Are we gonna make a right base or a left base?
We're gonna come in from the lake, so we're gonna do let's carry on just a little bit so we don't end up crashing into the traffic behind us. Maybe until we get past the mouth area of the lake. If you look on the VFR map where it kind of comes in, let's fly past that and then we'll make a right and then a right. So we'll do a right base in. Kind of where Dylan's going now. Just follow Dylan. Dylan's already on it.
That's it. Jacko went for it, now I'm gonna go for it.
I'm not seeing Dylan. I'll follow you then,
Yeah,
Neon.
just me in that case.
I'm going
Come
landing on the
around.
opposite side, just a warning.
Make sure you communicate this really well when you're coming in. Then.
I'm on final.
Okay, Roger.
The Cobra turning final.
Yeah, I will get out of the runway before he lands. Fear not.
Remember, guys, just so everyone is on the same page, we are doing a full stop landing at this next airport, as it's got a hangar at the end of the runway.
And I'm sure of the runway. I'm just gonna sit here and watch everyone else land. It's actually a decent length for the runway, so. Alright, Cobra is on final, I would say.
It's actually a really nice cube here, good separation between me, Cobra and Dylan. We're all separated quite nicely, and I think Jacko's gonna tuck in behind me as well.
I wonder if I should act like a very terrible air traffic controller, because Cobra is coming in and either he landed. No, okay, he's landing. And touchdown. Please don't crash into my plane. There we go, okay. Right, Dylan is coming in for a beautiful approach now. You're clear to land.
Behind Mickey.
There we go.
And I'm on final as well, so.
As I said, this is probably one of the more unorganized events we've done, but sometimes it's also fun just to fly your route, and then sometimes you find nice little places on the way that you can stop at. It's all part of the fun, really. I think we've done that quite a few times in some of our bigger events where we've been flying on a route and then we found a nice little airfield that wasn't originally planned, but we've decided to stop there anyway.
And sometimes it's like completely off route, like following a river.
We've done that as well. Sometimes if we find like a really cool thing we want to follow, we'll, you know, we don't really have a set rule. The route's more just of a guideline, really, so everyone's sort of in the same area. But generally we allow people to explore as they wish.
Not even death will stop us. Remember that River Canyon run where like half of us had to respawn at some point?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one with the had like the tsunami waves?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like 30 foot.
And I'm off the runway.
Oh, and then there was an event where you were floating. Like, you landed, but for some reason, for everyone else, you're floating. Remember that? Man?
At the little farmhouse. Yeah.
That's a good memory. Okay, Ian and Jack are coming in very close.
I'll try to stay moving pretty fast.
Okay, you should make it if you turn right now.
Like now?
Yeah. Just to get out of the way.
There we go.
I mean, I know your drifting skills are good, so... Alright, that's the last one, right?
Fiox is still coming in.
It's on
Oh, yeah.
final. Yeah.
Fiox, yeah, it's not Fiox,
Yeah.
Fiox.
Yeah.
R came up a few feet short of a perfect lineup with
Actually, I
the
can't
other
even,
plane.
I can't even tell where the runway is, to be honest.
Aim sort of for us, but a tiny bit to the left.
Like a tiny little bit orange, a little orange strip in the middle. It is kind of hard actually when you get close to make it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's that one, but I honestly can't bloody tell.
You are going in the right direction for now, at least.
Yeah, you're looking good.
My cam's at the end of the runway, so...
At the end of the runway as well, like, but I'm a bit to the right of the runway. If that helps you actually when you come in, aim a little bit left to where my plane is.
Wait, what DA62?
Looks like Lukulent Hawk.
I'm currently focusing on Fiox, or Fax, however you want it to be pronounced.
Just Fio is fine.
Fiox, okay.
Yeah, just Fio.
But yeah, looks like I made a belly landing though. Grass is like exactly as high as my landing gear.
Theo, you're looking really good.
Yep.
You look dead in the middle of it from where I am.
Well, I can't even tell where it actually starts. I think it's just the whole grass patch.
It's like the whole length. It's quite long.
Actually, that's a surprisingly long one.
Yeah, you're definitely over it. Like you're directly on top of it. Guys, look, someone random's come to check out what's going on. The Lucilent Hawk 471 is directly above us, flying over.
Yep.
Theo, nice little skid there, and
That's the real weather is just completely destroying me.
I'm not spotting him at the moment.
It's just on top of us.
directly above us.
Directly above.
4,000, 5,000 feet flying over the airfield now.
Yeah.
Weird, I don't see him.
Yeah, 60. He's flying over the big building at the end of the runway.
and he's turning right.
It's Uganda Border Patrol.
Passport control. Navigation.
They all fly luxurious DA-62s everywhere.
I love how we split off into groups. Like, you.
Oh, he's coming in for a landing, or he's gonna dive bomb into the lake. One or the other.
Looks like he's just trying to pass over us, see what's going on.
Why can I not see him?
That's like I said, that's a bit of a pity. You cannot communicate with players who are close to you.
In-game, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, like a little chat box like on FSX would have been really cool.
Okay, you four all lined up behind me, like I'm. You know, Neon is the one who got the plan, not me.
Ah, drat. When I froze it, it looks like Feox is in that plane. Ah, come on.
Which
Okay.
And screenshot submissions of him flying right over me.
oh, that's weird. I didn't pass over anyone in my screen.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't you, it was him, but your name tag was just in the wrong place where it covered up him.
Yeah, I see. I'm putting it on so people can see it on the stream. It's actually not a bad shot.
Yeah, that's weird. What? Yeah.
Oh, is he now the floating plane or what for you? Yeah, I see the DA-62 you mentioned. For some reason I cannot see him, but on the photo I can see.
My game just crashed.
Congrats.
Does that count as a crash?
Alright,
Crash
alright.
into the desktop.
Crash into the desktop.
I mean, it's nice that you're landing now then, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it's weird, I can't see him. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, he keeps on flying over us.
Let's hope we can see the VFF name. Although, maybe you can't anymore.
Oh, we've got a new member?
Yeah, a little while ago. I was just busy flying, so I couldn't exactly welcome.
Oh, Hawk might be coming in for a landing.
Alright.
That'd be quite the hot landing, though.
Please record it so I can see it later on.
I think he's going in the lake if he doesn't use parking brakes.
Could you maybe stream it on Discord so I can just pull it up so from your
Alright.
perspective? Right. Right. Looking at from your. Oh, he landed.
Yeah. Yeah, he landed in pretty hot, only touched down at midfield, but I think he used some heavy brakes and did a spin around, probably still at around 30 knots, so.
Yeah, if we could actually chat with him, we could like invite him.
Yeah. I know, maybe,
Well, I can add his gamer tag. I'm on the main screen, so I can.
Okay.
I could maybe add him in game and see if that works, and see if I can message him from the game, like as a message, maybe like before I load in.
Is that even
Yeah.
possible?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
Probably on the Xbox thingy, you can probably check him there and ask. I'll see.
I don't know. He might end up flying with us. The Caronado 182?
Mm-hmm.
Who's in that?
I am.
Ah, yeah, you're just a generic plane for me.
I found him on. We're gonna.
Take off or?
I'll load back in, but you guys can start coding off if you want.
I'm gonna see if I can add him.
Yeah. I wish that they would at least let you see the planes that are in the official Microsoft store.
I'm gonna send him a message.
Considering it's kind in the game, it should allow people just to have like a... just give people the option to at least see other people. But yeah, unfortunately it doesn't seem to be the case.
I'm gonna see if he actually responds, if he can see that. I don't know. If he got it or not.
But yeah, he might end up joining VF Hub.
What's his username?
Yep, whoops.
You can look at my stream probably.
Yeah. Yeah, all of the generic airplanes for me are just shown up as Cessna Caravans. So, if you're on another plane. Anyway, I did ask him, but I don't know if he actually got it or not.
Might also be just a complete random that just saw us and is following us without actually knowing what we're doing.
Since it requires you to have an Xbox game thingy. So, wait, it's called Xbox Game
I
Pass.
sent him a friend's request anyway.
Yeah. I sent him a message on Xbox Game Bar chat.
I've got Xbox Game Bar on PC, but
Yeah, that's where I just found this username, man.
I think he's flying away,
Yeah, I think so too.
taking off. So.
yeah, it looks like it.
Too bad. At the moment, the only way I've figured is... Okay, I'm just gonna see if you actually get it. I'm just gonna do the test. So this is what it is on the stream for anyone is watching this side out. But... Giant... Pickle. But, oops, wrong.
Alright, I'll load it again.
Alright.
Oh no, looks like you might be crashing. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's dead.
Ooh.
Looks like he's stalling out as he's doing those maneuvers. That's not good.
Alright, okay.
Well, he might have his realism to like casual, which probably has
Alright, Ian, I found you on the Xbox game, but I'm gonna send a test message. Message sent. See if you got it.
I'm not even sure where I would be looking for that.
Like, did you get a
didn't-
notification or anything like that?
No, not that I saw.
You
Alright.
probably have to be signed into your Xbox Live account to get the message, I would assume.
I
Yeah,
have an Xbox account.
true. That's where I found it. Pretty much your username.
Alright, I'll try opening the Xbox app, see if I got anything. Yeah, I don't see any message requests or anything.
Did you guys already take off?
No.
No, we're just waiting.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm at the end of the runway 17.
Yeah, you're Giant Pickle, hashtag 5700, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I did. Right, let me see if I had you as a friend. Right, Alright, added as a friend. Yeah. If you... Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I got a little notification. Yep. You're now a follower.
I'm a follower.
I think you hit the wrong button.
It literally said friend requests, so...
Let's see.
Okay. Test message 2. Alright, I sent you another message.
What? No, I don't want to report you.
Why does this have to be so terrible? Why can't we just... why can't we just get on in-game chat?
Open chat.
What?
What the...
Thought it would be implemented into Windows much better.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so as well.
But it's terribly implemented.
I was having the same problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator. About a fourth of the time I launch the game, Windows blocks it because it thinks it's a virus.
What?
Yeah, it thinks that its own program is a virus, basically. Says, like, Windows Defender blocked Flight Simulator.exe. This program may be hazardous to your computer.
Because of the overheating, probably.
Yeah, it's physically dangerous, not virtually dangerous, though.
Yeah, that's still hilarious, I gotta admit.
Yeah, I would have thought that Windows would be a little better at keeping its own programs running.
Right, there we go. Xbox Live. Okay, so it's... At least...
I wonder if it ever chokes because it sees add-on planes or something like that.
I just found some really sketchy numbers drawn on my compass, posted in hashtag screenshot submissions. Does anybody know what those are?
So, can you at least click on my name and send a message to me? Just a question.
I opened a chat with you and said hello.
I didn't get anything.
Yeah, I didn't get anything from you either.
It shows you as you're, like you're offline for some reason.
What? Yeah, it shows me as online and you as online.
Yeah.
I can follow you back, I can invite you to a party, but I can't find a friend request button.
Alright.
Oh, it now says you're a friend.
Wait, don't voice connect in there.
Now we have a party.
Yeah, that was a voice connection.
What? It automatically connects your voice? That's really sketchy.
Yeah.
Just say invite to party and it starts listening to you.
That was weird. Also, Neon, let us know when you're in.
I'm taking off. I'm on the runway.
I don't see you. Oh, wait.
Oh, I see him now.
Crap,
Alright.
crap.
Taking off? Or...
I think.
Yeah, now I see you.
Yeah, because I see some people already taking off, so I'm not sure if you are or not.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention, so.
Alright, high-speed taxi to take off.
The runway is uphill, so you guys need a bit of length to pick up some speed.
Yeah, especially the DAs. The diamonds definitely need more space, so I'm gonna
risk it.
Rip.
My 30-knot taxi into the runway actually worked. I'm able to take off just by the end of the runway.
Yeah.
Just barely made it as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with Mickey and have as much runway as I can. Mickey, are you actually going forward?
I'm going, but slowly.
There's lots of time until you hit something.
It's Africa, it's Africa, you know, relax, chill.
Like I said, every 60 seconds, a minute passes in Africa. Wait, I think I went too far. Oops.
Oh, putting flaps down might have helped a bit.
I don't know. I'm not getting too much speed in the grass runways.
Ooh, yep. Just in time.
I'm just gonna try to go as fast as I possibly can. It looks faster with the widescreen shot I have. Which reminds me, I
Alright, what flight level are we gonna cruise at?
probably
5,500, 6,000 again, somewhere between 5,000-6,000, I think.
I'm just gonna continue flying manually because the DA40 is actually surprisingly stable. Despite having to me manually switch fuel tanks over and over again.
I'm literally hugging Theo. I'll take a picture of this, Theo, don't move.
Okay, yeah, that movie.
Yeah, for all the automatic things in the DA62, you would think it could automatically switch between fuel tanks.
Yeah. Well, I just about managed to take off.
Yeah, I was at 54 knots at the end of the runway. Not really recommended, but I took off, stalled out, took off, stalled out, took off.
I would not have made it if I tried to go from the middle of the run. Let's just say that. I'm just barely going over the houses now. Yeah, which reminds me, I need to go here. Oh. That. Right here. Should not be on this screen. No.
Surprisingly, all the freezing up has stopped now that I started streaming. Which is exactly the opposite of what I would expect, but I know.
So,
I would guess that maybe my CPU was pumping out more frames than my graphics card could handle, so it was occasionally skipping frames, but now that my CPU is doing more, that is maxed out, so I'm not dropping frames anymore.
anyway, I sent on Discord what my view angle is.
Wow, oh Jesus Christ.
You're like way zoomed out, like farther than you're supposed to be able to go.
Yeah, but at least I see everything. Although it makes everything that's ahead of me look way further than it actually is.
Yeah. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Objects in windscreen are also closer than they
No,
appear.
they're further than they appear. At least for me. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a really weird view angle.
I get that.
I'm not sure why I occasionally get warnings that just go "Brrr."
That's the autopilot.
Oh, is it that thing like you've got to have your altitude set to somewhere close to where you are?
No, it's just altitude letting you know what it's doing. Giving you like a voice, an audio signal. To let you know if you like disengage it, it always gives you a beep.
No, I've been flying manual the whole time. Looks like it's just that it wants me to keep the set altitude close to where I am.
Oh yeah, if you put like an altitude of 3,000 and you go just above, just below, it does give you a beep sound.
Seems to be only 200 to 300 feet out of that range, and
Yeah.
it will get angry at you.
I think it's just if you like put it manually and you are kind of want to go like around that, it gives you like a beep if you're going outside of that range. I think that's the reason why.
Wish there was a way to just disable that, since it sounds exactly like the stall warning.
There's a volume knob
Yeah, but that's for everything.
in the plane. but I don't know which one does what, so don't ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just a master volume control.
Probably not a good idea to press random buttons either, otherwise you might just end up falling them.
Yeah, usually that ends in a very sudden emergency landing.
Especially if we do it over this lake over here, which is big.
Well, good thing is we aren't over the lake anymore. At least I'm not. But
I'm going over it now.
yeah, if I had to make an emergency landing right now, I would probably choose that tiny little grass airstrip that's not very far in front of me. I'd come out of the sky pretty hot, but I would rather slow down most of the way and hit the trees at 20 knots than hit the trees at the top of them at 100 knots.
Yeah, that's true.
You're far better off crashing into the base of a tree straight on, you know, since then all you really do is hit it.
I mean-
Whereas if you hit it over the top, then you're gonna go flying in the wrong way.
And also, if you're on the ground, you have a better chance of being able to jump out of the plane. Depends on the doors,
Yeah.
though, but
Yeah, you might be able to jump out of the plane while it's still going 40 knots by you. You'll have quite the bruises, but you'll survive, rather
Yeah.
than hitting the top of the tree, which is usually lethal.
I'm catching up to Cobra now. Now that I've burned some fuel, I'm going a little faster than before, but still.
Yeah, I'm at 32% fuel.
Yeah, I started with a full tank. So,
Yeah, same. I'm on 90 at the moment. But then again,
I believe
Speaking of
I
which, I need to
started
switch
at
over.
50%. That's usually the default.
yeah.
50% is usually good. Flying with 100%, it's pretty difficult to get the plane off the ground, so...
well,
I
keeping it
definitely-
on the ground when you land.
Yeah. Yeah. You can take off and land with 100%, but you definitely need pretty long runways, preferably asphalt for it. You know, like, I would fly around my local airport with a full fuel tank, but I definitely wouldn't do it on these short little grass strips.
Another reason why it probably took me so much, such a long runway to actually take off is probably due to the heavy plane with the fuel. Still, it's quite nimble though, so it's not bad.
Alright, I just turned altitude hold mode on. I can control horizontal, but... Wait, it's not holding altitude. Come on.
Yeah, you're definitely dropping, even just slightly.
Yeah, you actually
Yeah.
require Audible to be on if you're gonna have altitude hold. Just saying.
Oh, I see. Won't work without autopilot.
No.
Okay. I'll just have flight director on then. Let's see. Huh. I'm at 18.8 total hours in this plane.
I'm probably at like 2, I don't know, with this one.
Yeah. Nice thing is the 172 has a total hours counter in it. So, I don't know if that counted my progress while I was on my dad's account. Probably didn't, but...
It shouldn't.
Well, I mean, like, I was on his Xbox account as well. I'm just saying, like, unless it counts it by the computer rather than the account, it's not gonna count that.
Now because of the unbalance in the aircraft, my plane is always turning to the left. Alright, Cobra just sped up a lot.
This is probably one of the lower mix tries I've had to set in the 172. I've got it set for around 50% optimal mixture.
My ground speed right now is 131 knots.
I'm at 126 ground speed.
Alright, so I am catching up slowly.
I've got 127 now. I've got a tailwind of 2 knots, crosswind of 2 knots. Not too hard to stay on course. Gonna turn the autopilot on while I get a snack.
Neil, are you trying to say something, or is this your mic being your mic? Because if you're trying to say something, I didn't hear it.
I was just working something out. Distance, that's all.
So we're heading into Kenya, I think, in a couple of minutes now.
If we're not already in Kenya, yeah. Yeah, the board is there. Yeah, we will surely be going into Kenya. When we pass through the town Busa.
It's gonna be fun if they bring out some more military aircraft as well in MSFs. Like some older stuff like Mustangs or
Yeah, that would be awesome actually.
would be great just to fly some good old Messerschmitt.
Although they kind of have to put that damage model in that so you can like go and
I
fight.
think my game has crashed for a second time.
Yeah, you disappeared just now. Either that or you're lagging a lot.
It's really annoying. So, oh no, I'm back. That was interesting. I was certain it crashed.
Hey, you probably just got a big lag spike. I haven't got the most. Tends to happen when your memory loads up.
It's my memory that's really struggling. My Why is my GPU only running at 3%?
The game doesn't run that high. Wait. Shit. Can't do that.
If you're using the task manager to check that, that's completely wrong.
Yeah, that is definitely wrong because I've never seen it sitting at 2% before.
Yeah, mine is that. My GPU is actually the bottleneck right now. My memory is okay now. Like, it's how the switch places now. Before, my GPU was doing very little, but my memory was crying. Now that my memory is higher, my GPU appears to be taking the hit. I think 16 gigabytes of RAM is too little for this game, if you're gonna run it on a higher end.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need much more than 16.
No.
I usually run at like 18, 19-ish, even when I'm in busy areas and with the airliner, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you keep disappearing and reappearing.
I think I've definitely crashed this time. I don't know what's causing it to crash.
Could be a memory leak.
No, my memory is at 72%. My CPU is at 7%.
I generally cannot tell you.
Maybe it's GPU memory? Maybe you're just running out of VRAM.
I have 8 gig VRAM, I doubt it.
Unless you're running on Ultra, that shouldn't be an issue.
I've always had this issue, and I have a decent computer, but that's why I tried to reinstall it 3 times. I always, after 10-15 minutes, the game for me always crashes. Like my system isn't like weak by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, my computer is weaker than yours, and I'm flying perfectly fine.
That's what I mean. Your system is weaker than mine, and you never, ever rarely crash. I don't understand it.
I generally crash if I go into a very busy area with like a lot of houses or something like that.
Maybe a driver issue? Maybe updating the GPU drivers, maybe? Maybe something just messed up on the installation.
I need to update it. I didn't update it since before Christmas, so that's probably what it is.
If it is NVIDIA, then there was one drivers patch in between December that was really bad. Like really, really bad.
Yeah,
Looks
luckily
like
I did.
Paul is back with us.
Laka are actually pretty spread out right now.
Mm-hmm.
finally caught up to everyone.
You know the guys behind us, the guy from the airport.
Yeah.
Before, Lucilent Hawk. He's flying behind us, I think, somewhere. I'm not sure where it is, but I mean, he just popped up, so could be still over the airport as well. It's difficult to say actually at what distance you see name tags.
Would
Yeah.
be nice if there was an option to set that allows you to see like how far is that person from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's worth flying towards him or not.
Yeah.
What's the distance now? Oh. 50. Still a very nice weather. Right enough.
This is the border town then.
Hey, possibly. Hey, is it in the airport?
Is it just me or Jack is losing altitude like crazy?
And he is definitely lowering his altitude.
Yeah, because he was on the same altitude I was, then it started to drop. I even thought we were at the airport already, but
I mean, there's an airport there. I don't know if he's going for that or not. I mean, if the runway step I'm gonna do it doesn't go anyway.
It's actually it's a grass strip. Looks like a road goes through it.
I'm not seeing it. Oh wait, no, I see it.
I'm just gonna shoot a touch and go on it.
I see it. Go on. I think that is the runway. I'm not sure though. Well, it's in the correct area. That was a little tap and pound. That's a very short runway, so don't go.
Yeah, it has some roads going over it.
I just say that little bounce on this went back up. Unless Wake must be doing that though.
I found the root cause of the issue. It's my D drive is not showing up properly again. It's doing the thing where it doesn't seem, my computer doesn't seem to think it exists.
Ah, that's not good. That's not a good thing.
Shut down my computer and take it apart and try to replug it in and see if it does anything.
All right. That might take him a little while, so who's gonna lead in the meantime? Wait, am I the only community leader left?
maybe.
Yeah, because Dylan had to go. Yeah, I think I might be the only one left to meet her.
We lost a few on route.
Yeah. We shall remember them in our hearts. They will never be forgotten.
They're in the lake.
I don't even know if people know that I'm streaming this. But
Well, I'm hoping to see the runway soon, but I still see absolutely nothing.
I think I'm gonna make a pass over it first to see. how it looks like.
Oh, you guys that far behind? Okay. Let me check on you guys. Still quite a decent way left, so. Okay, I just got the news that dinner is ready for me, so I'm gonna be the third casualty now. I might as well go out of style though, so.
Well, I mean, you're just gonna go like invert and then head down against the floor, or?
Well, what do you think I'm doing now? I don't even think I'll make it though, so.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yes, you're there. Oh.
And boom.
It's good we know the exact altitude of the. Thank you for that.
Well, at least I gave you a show, so. Anyway, that means I'm gonna have to stop streaming, but if anybody wants to, I can give you the key to the channel so you can continue the stream. If anybody wants.
I have no idea how to do it, so.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna finish in like, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Well then, I shall see you later. I don't know if I'll make it to the event later on, so I may not be able to make that, but anyway, I will see you guys later. Anyway,
Yeah, see you later.
Take care.
you too, guys.
Good afternoon.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's it for the stream. For my end, at least. And I don't think anyone has the skill to take over, so the fight is still going on. And you might be able to make it in the next 5 minutes or so. Alright. Take care, that's it from me, and goodbye.